Test, test, test. Closer to the Torah, if you want to be. And nobody wants to be. The point is for everyone to be closer to the Torah. But nobody wants to be.
Yeah, we're all, we're backseat.
We're afraid we're going to catch on fire and self-immolate.
To me.
Yeah, no, people don't like sitting in the front row. But the Zoomers will just see your back.
I know.
Okay.
He's coming.
Javier.
It's hilarious.
Brave guy.
Hi, Josh.
Brave man.
There's two of you in the front.
No.
All right, we're just doing an experiment tonight, everyone, because it's the first of the year, 2025. So we're experimenting with all of us being together, and the Torah and the lights of the Shabbat being our focal points. So let's start with a little bit of a nigun together, shall we? Ay, 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 lay, 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 ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 da, da, da. Ay, 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 da, 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 da. Ay, 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 yay, day, yay, day, day, yay, lie, day, 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 yay, lie, yay, 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 lie, day, yay, da, 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 yay, lie, yay, day, 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 day. Emily, could you turn me a little bit lower, please? Good Shabbos, everyone. So I actually would like to know from all of you what kind of Shabbos you need. You all came here tonight. What do you need in your Shabbat evening? Laughter.
Freilich.
What? Freilichkeit. What else? Tradition. Peace. Quiet. Stillness. Centering. Okay. Community. I don't even know what I need yet. Huh? Got it. Great. Welcome. What else? What do you need? Music. Okay. Okay, well, I needed to be here with all of you. I've been looking forward to being here all week, and I'm really, really glad we're here together. I knew this would be a quieter group of people, and or smaller, I guess I would say. First of the year, and people are not yet ready to get out, and so those of us who are, we are here for purpose and to be really in Shabbat. So thank you so much. I'm in the center with you. New way. This may never happen again. So you'll be the ones to be like, remember that time? But I wanted to be kind of praying with you today. I did a little praying this morning in here. I did some shacharit by myself this morning, and it just really felt like I wanted to face the Torah today, and so I wanted to do that with you in community. So I hope you'll indulge, and if it feels weird, just keep noticing that and seeing what else is there too. We're going to start with lighting our candles, but first I'll invite you to just feel your feet on the ground. You just came in from the cold. Maybe it was windy. Whatever kind of week you've had. For me, New Year's is this really interesting portal that can feel quite difficult, actually, even in its possibility. There's endings and there's beginnings and there's dark and there's light and there's Hanukkah and there's Rosh Chodesh and there's New Year's and there's Christmas and there's all kinds of energy in the air. So feeling your feet on the ground, noticing that this is wood. This is a surface underneath us. Well, wood-like. Wood-like. Brings us, yes, plastico. But underneath it is the dirt. And in the dirt is all kinds of nourishment, all kinds of creatures that regurgitate things that are waste and make them into something new, and conserve and carry messages, all kinds of systems that are in the earth's core to support our well-being. And so as we move into Shabbat, we can sink into the earth that is always holding us. We're going to start with lighting our candles. And you see that there are several up there, so I'm going to invite people to light candles. And maybe when you light them, just light one and share something you're lighting up right now. What's here for you on this Shabbat that you want to share with us? Nope, anyone you want. Is there a, do you want to, yeah, there you go.
This is to lighten my spirit about the new year, and hope it brings a lot of light to all of us from the darkness that we have.
To lighten your spirit as you enter the new year and to bring lightness into the darkness we've all come from. Thank you. Who else?
I am lighting this in celebration of, I just celebrated Hanukkah for the first time. Me and my family all did. I lived up in Hanukkah, and it was really wonderful. It was really recharging time, and it was a really blessed time with my family. And this is the first Shabbat that I'm sharing post Hanukkah and in the new year. As I've been having my spiritual journey. And I'm here with my family here as well, and I'm happy to see you guys as well.
Thank you.
Ramon.
Ramon, this is and someone else can walk up. This is in honor of your first Hanukkah together with your family, and you are now celebrating and lighting the first Shabbat candle for the new year. Thank you. We're so glad you're here. Shabbat Shalom.
Need some help there?
Great. I get by with a little help from my friends. So nice. Thanks, Arim.
Thank you. So, I'm lighting this candle in honor of my mother, Nettie Grossman, who was born in Brooklyn, New York, and died in Nashville, Tennessee, on January 31st, 1995.
Thank you. You're lighting the candle for your mother, Nettie. Beautiful. We have two more.
I'm lighting this candle in honor for the 600,000 plus Syrians who perished in the civil war, one of the longest civil wars that have just ended recently, not too long ago. And to all the heroes who died fighting and overthrowing the Assad regime, and to all the Kurds that also perished in this conflict, all the innocent Kurds. Just in honor of them.
Thanks, Arim. Lighting a candle in honor of the Syrians.
I'm going to light this candle in honor of families like the Kaufmans who populated small Jewish towns and kept Judaism alive, because I recently went to Versailles, to the town square, and Charlie in the back of the car noticed the Chabad Hanukkah that was in the middle of the square. They had taken down the Christmas decorations and left the menorah, which was remarkable because Johns Creek did the opposite. And I just been thinking about you and your family a lot, and the little ways in which you kept Judaism alive in rural Georgia.
In honor of the ways that Judaism is kept alive by families in Georgia and around the world. Thank you. So we'll bring in some of this light. As you, just take a breath and we'll sing together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ruach haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. We'll turn to page 12 and 13. We welcome in the angels for Shabbat. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Vo'achem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Page 27, we move to Psalm 96, first of our Psalms tonight. We rejoice. Let the skies rejoice, the earth have glee, the ocean resound in all your fullness. We sing together at the top of page 27. Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, umelo. Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, umelo. Let the fields rejoice and all belonging there, and then all forest trees exclaim ecstatically before the one who comes to rule the earth, to rule over the settled world, over all peoples faithfully. We turn to page 31. This is Psalm 97, the end of Psalm 97. We're bringing more and more light in each day, a couple of minutes each day. We sing together. You can sing on any of these parts. Hold down the foundation or lift up the light. Or zarua la tzadik ul yishrei lev simcha. 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 Bum biddy bum 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 bum biddy bum. Or zarua la tzadik ul yishrei lev simcha. Or zarua la tzadik ul yishrei lev simcha. Bum biddy bum bum. I'm just starting to get the feel of Shabbat. I don't know if you've started to get it yet or it's still on its way, but welcome it when it comes. And welcome to all the new people who have just stepped into the room while we've been singing. We're moving to page 33. Psalm 98. And this is it's transliterated for you. And if you're reading in Hebrew, it's the fourth line from the bottom. Let the rivers clap their hands together and the mountains sing in joy. Again, to the one who comes to rule the earth. Settled world with justice, with all peoples. So you start to see when you look at these, there's these themes about the mountains and the earth and the rivers and the oceans, the waters and the sky. And just a gratitude for what we get to live and be a part of. So we sing together, Yiram Hayam Umluo. Yiram Hayam Umelo. Yiram Hayam Umelo. Tever veyoshveva. Yiram Hayam Umelo. Yiram Hayam Umelo. Yiram Hayam Umelo. Tever veyoshveva. Yiram Hayam Umelo. Neharot yimchahu chaf yai lai 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 lai. Yachad harim yiranenu yai lai 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 lai. Neharot yimchahu chaf yai lai lai lai. Yachad harim yiranenu. Yiram. Yiram hayam umelo. Yiram hayam umelo. Tever veyoshveva. Yiram hayam umelo. Come to page 39. This is a prayer, it's a mystical, Kabbalistic prayer, Ana B'Koach. It's not traditionally in the Reconstructionist prayer books because at the time that these were put into practice, there wasn't really much mysticism as part of Jewish Reconstructionist practice. That's shifting more and more, and so we've put it in here. I love this prayer. I wanna bring it in tonight. It's a prayer that asks us before we go to Lecha Dodi, where we really welcome in Shabbat, the next prayer. We're kind of at this point where it's like, what else do we need to let go of before we can fully embrace Shabbat? And so this is a prayer, Ana B'Koach, that asks us to untie the ties that bind us. So if you can feel any places inside of you that have a little bit that's holding on or tied a little bit tightly, maybe even just notice it a little extra right now. And it's okay that it's there. It doesn't have to go away. But we'll give it a little bit of love and attention. And I'm going to offer this poem as a kavanah for this, and then we'll sing this together. This is by the poet Rilke. God speaks to each of us as we are made, then walks with us silently out of the night. These are the words we dimly hear. You, sent out beyond your recall, go to the limits of your longing. Embody me. Flare up like a flame and make big shadows I can move in. Let everything happen to you, beauty and terror. Just keep going. No feeling is final. Don't let yourself lose me. Nearby is the country they call life. You will know it by its seriousness. Give me your hand. So Ana B'Koach asks us to stretch out our right arms and our hands. So maybe if you can feel a little bit of that, wherever that tangledness or that shadow or that crinkliness, if you have none, maybe hold your heart. That's beautiful that you don't have any right now. But if you do, just notice it a little. Ana B'Koach, B'Koach. Try that. Ana bekoach, bekoach, gedulat yemincha, yemincha, gedulat yemincha, yemincha. Tatir tserura, kabel rinat amcha. Tatir tserura, kabel rinat amcha, sagvenu tarenu nora. Sagvenu tarenu nora. From the beginning. Ana bekoach, bekoach. Try that. Ana bekoach, bekoach. Gedulat yemincha, yemincha. Gedulat yemincha, yemincha. Tatir tserura, kabel rinat amcha. Tatir tserura, kabel rinat amcha. Sagvenu tarenu nora. Sagvenu tarenu nora. Let's try the whole thing together. Ana bekoach, bekoach, gedulat yemincha, yemincha. Tatir tserura, kabel rinat amcha, sagvenu tarenu nora. Ana bekoach, bekoach, gedulat yemincha, yemincha. Tatir tserura, kabel rinat amcha, sagvenu tarenu nora. Ana bekoach, bekoach, gedulat yemincha, yemincha. Tatir tserura, kabel rinat amcha, sagvenu tarenu nora. Page 40 and 41. Oh, come, my friend, lecha dodi. Come, come, come. Let's greet this Shabbat. The presence, let's bring it in to ourselves and into our sanctuary and into our community. Our practice is to read and to sing the first paragraph of every on every page as we go by. So I'll guide us as we go. Lecha dodi likrat kala yananai 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 pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala yananai 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 pene Shabbat nekabela. Shamor vezachor bedibur echad, hishmianu el hameyuchad. Adonai echad, ushmo echad, leshem utiferet veleitila. Lecha dodi likrat kala yananai 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 pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala yananai 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 pene Shabbat nekabela. Page 43. Likrat Shabbat lechu enelcha, ki mekor haberacha. Merosh mikedem nesucha, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, היי היי לך דודי לקראת קלה, ינני 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 פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, ינני 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 פני שבת נקבלה. Page 45. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, היי היי לך דודי לקראת קלה, ינני 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 פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, ינני 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 פני שבת Kabbalah, page 47. ימין ושמאל תפרוצי, ואת אדוני תריצי. אל יריש בן פרצי, ונשמחה ונגילה, היי היי לך דודי לקראת קלה, ינני 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 פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, ינני 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 פני שבת נקבלה. בואי, בואי בשלום, בואי ושלום, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה, היי לך דודי לקראת קלה, ינני 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 פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, ינני 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 פני שבת נקבלה. Nekavela. And you're invited to have a seat. You may notice that I'm sitting on a brand new stool. The Michael Gross and Brian Golson seat. The stool. You wanted a little humor in the night, right? Okay. Humor and gratitude. We're at the next and final psalm, which is the Psalm of Shabbat, that we say every Shabbat on Friday night and Saturday, and it's a psalm to be grateful. So I'm going to invite you just to take a moment to think about something that you might be particularly grateful for right now in this moment, big, small. Jackie continues to improve, and Levi is still with you. Great. What else? Grateful for this community. Grateful for Notre Dame's victory. And nobody threw anything at you when you said that. Did you brace yourself a little bit? You're like, What else? I see Yolanda. Do you have something? You're grateful for Zoom. I can't believe I can read that. I'm grateful I can read that. Grateful for Zoom. It's gone. Sandra says, what? Grateful for my loving community. And great. Beautiful. Fran says, me too. I'm grateful for, that's wonderful. What else? Yeah, Jackie. Oh, Jackie's been cleared to resume working out. Amazing. Your healing is going so well. Beautiful. The songs of Kabbalat Shabbat. Beautiful. Amazing. Your husband cleaned the bathroom today. Wonderful. What else? Susan Birch is going back to work on Tuesday. Mazel tov. Wow, what a long road and valiant road it has been, Susan. Yasher koach to you. 7 months. Inspiration. One more, maybe? Okay. For all those that have been said and those that are just sitting in our hearts, they are a blessing. So we go to page, which one? 49. Perfect. Thank you. 49. Tov lehodot. It's the second line in transliteration or Hebrew. Tov lehodot ladonai uzamer leshimcha elyon lagid baboker chazdecha ve'emunatecha balelot. Yalla 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 Tov lehodot ladonai uzamer leshimcha elyon lagid baboker chazecha ve'emunatecha balelot. Please join me, rise in body or spirit, as we move into the transition between Kabbalat Shabbat and Ma'ariv on page 55. This is our Chatzi Kaddish, our short Kaddish. Yitgadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah be'amad divrach chirutei ve'amlich malchutei b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kariv ve'imeru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam ulal me'amaya yitbarach yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitramam ve'yitnaseh ve'yithadar ve'yitalev ve'yitalal shmei dekudesha brichu le'ela min kol birchata ve'shirata tushbechata ve'nechemata damiran be'alma ve'imeru amen. Page 57, our call to prayer. Baruchu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam vaed. seated. Turn to page 59, Asher Bidvaro, and I'm going to invite you just to read in English or in Hebrew this prayer to yourselves. I'm gonna sing it quietly as well. ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו. אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המריב ערבים. Amen. Page 61, Ahavat Olam. Love that goes on and on and on. You know, in the spirit of that, before we sing and pray, let's just say hello to some people, to each other in this room. Greet your neighbors. Wish them a happy Shabbat. Say hi. Hi up there. Hi. Shabbos. Good Shabbos. Shabbos, Ramon. Good Shabbos, Aaron. Good Shabbos, Emily. Good Shabbos, friends. Good Shabbos. Welcome. And we'll come back together on page 61. We'll sing this in English together. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. We are embraced by arms that find us, even when we are hidden from ourselves. We are touched by fingers that soothe us, even when we are too proud for soothing. We are counseled by voices that guide us, even when we are too embittered to hear. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. We are supported by hands that uplift us, even in the midst of a fall. We are urged on by eyes that meet us, even when we are too weak for meeting. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. Embraced, touched, soothed, and counseled. Ours are the arms, the fingers, the voices. Ours are the hands, the eyes, the smiles. We are loved by an unending love. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Page 65. Shema Yisrael Adonai ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, ולטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. With all my heart, with all my soul, and with everything I am called to love the infinite creative source of life, to take these words wherever I go and practice them every day, when I am at ease and home, when I am on the troubled road and home is far away, when I am laid low, and when I can see clearly. I place a symbol on my left hand and upon my third eye, noticing that the midpoint between the two is my heart. I place a symbol on my doors to coax my insides out, to connect me to those who have come before and those who will come after, and especially, maybe, to those who are here now. Another symbol still on all of my gates, so that I may open to deeper awareness and presence. Touchstones to remind me that love comes from doing and understanding. With all my heart, with all my soul, and with everything that I am, I will love. Turn to page 79. Michamocha, a prayer of wonder and gratitude. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש נורא תהילות, אוסף אלה, איי 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 לה 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 לה, יא לה לה, יא לה, יא לה 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 לה, יא לה, יא לה, יא לה לה לה, יא la la, ya la, ya la la. Several lines down, Adonai Yimloch. Adonai Yimloch, le'olam va'ed. Adonai Yimloch, le'olam va'ed. Adonai Yimloch, le'olam va'ed, le'olam va'ed. La ya la ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la. Ya la ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la 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 la. Last line. Baruch atah Adonai, Baruch atah Adonai, Baruch atah Adonai, Yisrael, ay ay la. Page 80, Hashkivenu, the help that comes from the mystery, the divine. That word, just that word gives me comfort. Hashkivenu. Such a beautiful word. Help us. Help us. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom. Help us to lie down in peace, and let us rise again to life. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Redeem us for the sake of your great name, and enfold us in the wings of true protection. O gracious, compassionate one, guard our going forth each day for life and peace, now and always. Spread over us, ufros aleinu, sukat shlomecha, a shelter of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hapore sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. Amen. Page 83, when fears multiply and danger threatens, when sickness comes, when death confronts us, it is God's blessing of shalom that sustains us and upholds us, lightening our burden, dispelling our worry, restoring our strength, renewing our hope, reviving us. So that we can turn the page to page 84 and 85 and participate in the commandment and the mitzvah of keeping Shabbat and passing it down from generation to generation. What a true gift to imagine ancestors and ancestors and ancestors and ancestors and ancestors and ancestors keeping Shabbat, keeping this holy moment of presence, of rest, of connection. Let's sing together, page 85. Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. And we rise and turn to page 91 in body or spirit. And this silent Amidah continues from page 91 through page 107-ish, I think, yeah. So if it's yours to read it, please do. And if today is the prayer of your heart. Take that time, and when you're finished, you may have a seat. We begin with Adonai Sifatai. Open my lips, beloved one, and let my mouth declare your praise. Adonai Sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Open my lips, beloved one, and let my mouth declare your praise. Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru amen. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. May the one who brings peace to the heavens bring peace to the earth and to all of us. Amen. So we come to a little talking part. This week's parsha is Vayigash. That's also a fun word to say. Vayigash. Yeah. I like the sh's, you know. We got a lot of them in Judaism, which is great. And there's a lot of really cool things about this parsha. This is the parsha. Mariana, do you want to say anything about it? You just, okay. If you add, yeah. So this is the parsha where the brothers are, where Joseph, who has been hidden and thought to have been dead by his brothers and his father, become known. He becomes known to everyone. And this is the moment where some say forgiveness is born. This is the first place where forgiveness happens. Other places there is appeasement that happens in the Torah. But this is the first place of forgiveness. Are you thinking about that? Are you wondering about it? Anybody? It's kind of cool. So the rabbis talk about 3 things that make up forgiveness. Actually, what I find interesting about this, I've been thinking about New Year's. We have a Jewish New Year. We have several New Years, actually, in Judaism, but the Rosh Hashanah New Year, the big one, this is really a time for teshuvah, for repair, and for relational. What have I done? How have I done you wrong? How have I not lived up to myself? When I celebrate the New Year of the calendar year, I'm often in a place of how do I want to move forward in my life? I'm not really actually thinking about people. So it's more about like, what is for me, how do I want to move forward? Anyone have that similar kind of relationship with those? Maybe, maybe not. So it's interesting that this parsha actually talks about the teshuvah, the repair that is needed. And what happens is that the brothers have demonstrated that they recognize that they've done something wrong. There's three things that happen. They recognize it, they account for it, and they do something different when faced with the same circumstance. That's a real demonstration of repair. And that, the rabbis say, is where forgiveness can happen in kind of that kind of relational circumstance. There's other kinds of forgiveness where you don't have that possibility. You have to just decide to forgive for your own sake. But that's one piece of this. What I think is really lovely is that Joseph, who has this opportunity to scold his brothers, to hate his brothers, to feel all kinds of rage or all kinds of anger towards them, turns the other way and says, it's okay. He weeps and he says, it's okay. This was for a higher purpose. What you did to me was for a higher purpose. And it wasn't you. It was for this higher purpose. Yeah, it was for God. Right, exactly. God did it. Which maybe I'll say next time I'm like, I didn't do that, God did it. But in this case, it's quite lovely. It's quite a lovely gift that he unburdens his brothers with. This is really beautiful to witness. The other thing that's really lovely, another thing that's really lovely in this is that Jacob becomes reunited. And what is that to imagine? Can you just imagine that kind of experience where a heartache is suddenly, like there's a gift after a long period of heartache. What a tremendous gift to be reunited before he has died. Now, the thing that I love about this is a midrash, is a story that happens here too, which is with the character, the female character, Serach. Has anybody heard of Serach? Do you want to say anything? Do you want to say something about her? She's... Yes. She may be. She's a mystical being that appears many times throughout the Torah, kind of lives at all times. A female character, which is something to note in our Yes. And so she shows up here too. She is the actual granddaughter of Asher, who is one of the sons of Jacob, one of the brothers. And she is known to have the most beautiful voice. And so the midrash, the story goes that Jacob it would be too hard on him at his age to learn of his sons, that his son was actually alive, that Joseph was alive. But he could hear it, if he could hear it through the voice of Serach, through her song, because it would be so beautiful that it would help him hear this very hard truth. So she sings to him, and they say that his soul, actually, it is too hard, and his soul leaves his body, but it's brought back in because of the beauty of her voice. Now, the other thing is that the end of this piece of the story is that 400 years later, Jacob's bones are to be brought with them when they're freed, when they leave Egypt, which is about to happen, and before they can do that, they say that Sarah who lives for all time. She lives for this very long period of time, and she's the one who remembers where his bones are buried. So because of her, they can leave Egypt with her bones. Kind of trippy and awesome. Yeah, so Sarah is one of my personal heroes, so I love that this story shows up in this moment. Anyone have any thoughts on any of that? Here, I'm gonna hand the microphone around. Amazing, Emily, thank you. Test.
I was gonna say, I love that they were like, this is gonna be some really hard news. Let's give it to them in song form.
Yes.
Like maybe that'll make it better. And like, of course, like his spirit still left because like even if you get like crazy news in song form, it's still crazy. But
That's right.
It's just very funny that they were like, oh, let's wrap the bad news in like a good thing, and maybe he won't be as mad. Like,
Yeah, beautiful.
There was something that you said that I don't need to.
Well, they want to hear you online. Yolanda definitely wants to hear you.
Something that you said
There you go.
about, is it on?
Yep.
Okay. Talk into it. Oh.
Brian, what a
okay.
beautiful voice you have.
So something that you said about the difficulty between the brothers, the bad acts, and then Joseph said it was for a higher purpose. And it struck me immediately as transactional.
Interesting.
Without me in the middle and God on the other end, none of the good things would have occurred. Mm-hmm. And so
That troubles you.
troubles me
Uh-huh.
because I've always had a problem with forgiveness for a lot of reasons. And that just makes it even harder for me to kind of,
Interesting.
because it has to come from in here and be of its own without
Well-
having a quid pro quo of any kind, even a mystical one.
I think that's interesting. I love that you note that it's troubling you. I think when I hear that, I think, well, that was what he chose to do in this moment, is how he chose to give some grace. Yeah, maybe give some grace to his brothers who maybe he saw were hurting. Maybe he decided, maybe that's where he was going. Pass this along to Mariana while I'm talking. But they had actually done the three things that already had moved the forgiveness along. They accounted, they admitted, there's a story, they admit that they do something wrong. They take accountability for it, and then they make a different choice when they're faced with the exact same circumstance.
Those things don't happen.
That's a good question.
Then can you have forgiveness?
Good question. Mariana.
But to me, what the earlier Parsha talks about, all the ways that that Joseph can come to that decision. He sees the brothers struggling. He sees how they don't want to have to tell their father that he has to bring Benjamin, the young son, with him. He sees that they want to leave Reuben, I think, is the one who's to stay there. And, he sees that it's breaking their hearts, that they're not the same brothers who were the way when he was a boy.
That's right.
So I think that the backstory allows this to happen. You know, I know that line is in there that God made it happen and all, but in my opinion, he's a minor player in this particular story. And I'm serious.
I agree, I agree.
And
For all the reasons you said.
To me, the thing that is so moving about this, and you know, I read it a lot because I was going to talk about it during the Minion this week and decided not to. There was just too much. It was too complex for that thing. To me, there's such moving, the text is so beautiful, talking, and it's just, you know, a couple of pages. I urge people to read it. It's so beautiful that in Vayagesh, reading about Joseph and his brothers weeping with each other and, you know, seeing these grown men crying that they have had such heartbreak and now this reconciliation. It is really incredibly moving, those passages to me. We don't often see that much crying among adult men and such relationships like that happening. And so to me, that was particularly moving.
That's really beautiful. Yasher koach. Anyone else? Okay. Okay. I'm going to, in the spirit of the new year, I'm going to close this section by offering a blessing to you all. This is from Rabbi Daniel Ruttenberg. As who you, this is the blessing. As who you have been begins to seed away to the person you will soon become, may you grow into even stronger connection with the sacred, into the expansiveness of the great infinite everything. May you grow into your greatest, bravest, most loving self. May you stand tall and unafraid of the great, exquisite, expansive light within you that is straining to get out. May you trust that light, and may you hear the still small voice within that whispers to you about what you need and who you can be. May you follow the light and voice wherever it may take you, even to places you hadn't guessed, hadn't imagined, that haven't been part of the plan. May you remain always curious, open, and eager to learn. May you stay kind and gentle. May you regard others with compassion, generosity, and the benefit of the doubt. May you be willing to take accountability when you cause harm, as we all do, caring for those hurt and using your errors as new opportunities to grow. May you find your place on deck in the work for a world in need of healing. May you be brave in the face of injustice. May your thoughts, actions, and very being be an offering to the transcendent, to the great stream of life of which you are a part. Amen. We're going to move ourselves along, and we'll move to, hold on, Misha Berach, I believe, and I'm going to pull this out. So I'm going to take a moment to read the names on our Misha Berach list, and I'll ask you to call to mind those who you are also asking for a need of healing, and I'll ask for your names after I've read this, and then we'll sing our prayer together. Scott Epstein, Ali Sharman, Mark Podhorzer, Roseanne Glick, Patty Johnson, Victoria Isbister, John Isbister, Carl Pruitt, Bowen Harbuck, Anna Levy-Sprick, Ruth Canfer, Nell Mayer, Dory Perling, Nancy Rosenblum, Sharon Bronstein, Melissa Sachs, Rabbi Zev Chaim Feyer, Rich Tolyahan, Randy Foster, Ava Kotliar, Susan Birch, Sarah K. Black, Terry Egdahl, Richard Anzalone, Mildred Anzalone, Rachel Hahn, Margie Osheroff, Jean K. Black, Jackie Sherman, Lisa Tyler, Shirley Olafern, Ellen Mandel Levine, Barbara Rubin, Kara Levine Brenner. And any names in here?
Lita Schwartz.
Families of the New Orleans victims.
Anyone want to unmute? And we'll sing Anna, Elna, Rafana, La together. Anna, Elna, Anna, Elna, Anna, Elna, Rafana, La. Anna, Elna, Anna, Elna, Anna, Elna, Refana, La, Lanu, Lo, Lahem, Li. And we wish for a complete and full healing, a refuah shlema, for all those mentioned and all those in our hearts. And I'll ask if someone would do us the honor of reading our prayer for the end of hiding. It's in the back of our prayer books. Is anyone feeling called to read it tonight? Amazing. Thank you.
Whenever I read this to the congregation, I always talk about, I'm going to age myself here, but I was a gay teen and just weeks before Stonewall. And the word queer was used to intimidate and humiliate, and it no longer does that to me because this prayer gives me agency to be who I am. As LGBTQ Jews, we are aware of the loss of integrity we suffer due to the pressures of a larger society. We often feel forced to dishonest presentation of ourselves to ourselves and others. The LGBTQ individuals feel they must pretend to be something that they are not. The Jews who feel that they must be alienated from their tradition and community to win a larger acceptance. Both are victims of a theft of identity and integrity committed by the sexual, gender-identifying, or religious majority. Creator of the universe, we ask that our hiding draw to an end, that we no longer feel we have to pretend, to promise falsely, to renounce ourselves, and that our fullest creativity as Jews and as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer people be among the blessings you bestow. Amen.
Yashikah, thank you. We turn to page 121. I ask you to rise in body or spirit as we recite the Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gedula liotzer breshit, shenatan lanu Torat emet, v'chaye olam nata betochenu. 123. V'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך hu. And we continue on at the page, bottom of page 125. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד. ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד. You may be seated. We come to page 131 and our Kaddish Yatom, our mourner's Kaddish. I want to offer us like to honor each stage of grief tonight. So if you are in the first week of mourning, I'll invite you to stand. If you're in the first 30 days, I'll invite you to stand.
My father was December 26th, and my brother was December 29th.
If you're in the first year of mourning, I'll invite you to stand.
Charlotte Parrish, Marianne Chu, and Dan Kadai.
Richard Adler.
And if you're observing a yahrzeit or you're observing and wish to say Mourner's Kaddish on behalf of someone, I'll invite you to stand. Noah Johnson. And is there anyone online who'd like to unmute? And we say together, Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirute, be'amlich malchute, b'chayechon uvyomechon, uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach, u'le'olam almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shmei dekudesha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, amen. May their memories be a blessing. I don't think we do. Can I have them? We have some announcements, and I think thank you. We made it. We made it. Do you want to read them?
I'll read them.
Okay, great. Ladies, here we go.
All right, with no rehearsal. Welcome, Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to Congregation Bet Haverim, both to those of us who are here in person and those on Zoom. I'm Jackie Sherman, and I am the treasurer of this sacred institution. Thanks to our on-site staff member and Zoom host, Emily Anzalone. Thanks to our service leader. I love this. The amazing and brilliant Rebecca Goldsmith. That's what it says here.
Well, then it must be
It must be true. I love it. Thank you to today's police officer on duty, Melly Poon, and to tonight's ONIG sponsor, your membership here at CBH. A few reminders before we wrap up. In January, the Tikkun Olam Vad has 3 timely events. Timely because they're geared to resilience, resistance, and rejuvenation. Tomorrow in the afternoon from 1 to 5:30, how to influence legislatures. 10 days before the General Assembly convenes, a veteran lobbyist will lead a workshop on legislative advocacy techniques that are based on social science research. So please join us. Oh, I said tomorrow, I'm sorry, Sunday, I'm jumping the gun. Sunday, January 5th. On Sunday, January 19th, we're going to gather and serve during our 14th year with MedShare. Volunteers will pack medical supplies for distribution to developing countries. And we keep them out of the landfills and put them into the hands of people who badly need them. And then the third Tikkun Olam activity is on Monday, January 20th, an alternative to other things you could be doing. You're invited to join us for our 2nd annual MLK Mitzvah Marathon and potluck lunch to support reproductive freedom and health. We will be assembling post-abortion care kits and period packs. We'll also make sandwiches for the homeless. It's co-sponsored with the National Council of Jewish Women. For details and registration, check the website. We do a lot of good here at CBH, but sometimes you just want to do a little bad. Indulge your bad desires with CBH's Worst Song Ever, where you can perform what you view as the worst song of all time for the community. Not a musician? That's okay. You can still perform or be a judge in the audience. What song will be crowned as the worst ever? Mark your calendars for Saturday, January 18th at 7 p.m. and contact Amy Lighthill this week if you would like to perform. So as you know, there's lots of other stuff that's going on. Please check out the website and in particular the website calendars for details. Like our 2-day workshop on trauma.
No, that's old.
That's old?
I mean, it's always here.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think this is old. That was news to me. Anyway, thank you.
You missed it. Yeah.
Oh, tell us about that.
So just a little tickler and heads up that Shabbat Shirah, which is one of our annual big celebrations, Shabbat of Song, Shabbat Shirah, is a concert, and it will be at Oakhurst Baptist Church on February 8th, which is a Saturday night. And this is an interfaith Shabbat Shirah with some folks from different choruses and choirs around Atlanta. It's going to be fantastic. Get your tickets, but mark your calendar. Don't go anywhere. And that is it for tonight. We're going to pass out our wine and our challah, and we'll make motzi and kiddush together. I'm going to ask Josh, would you do us the honor?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ashburchei b'lishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava u'ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim, ki eleinu karata, v'otanu kidashta le'avodatecha, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. אמן. חיים.
Who would like to lead us in the motzi? Who's feeling brave?
Because as soon as I started, everybody else sings it anyway. Okay. Are you all ready now? You all ready? And we'll start in a 1 and a 2 and a 3. Motzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Good Shabbat.
Good Shabbat.
Yeah. Have some
Good
fun
Shabbat.
with each other. There's food out there. Shabbat shalom.
Paul. Anybody here? There you go.